1985 World Sports Car Champion after today's race at Fuji in Japan, and it's soon to be go. Prost left very badly at the start. He got the car right onto the grass with the left-hand wheels, but as you can see, it's Senna leading the two Williams Hondas together up into the right-hander at Druids.
Somebody off on the outside of Druids, one of the Williamses, he's recovered. Mansell was the cause of Prost's problem at the start, and Prost is now behind his two Ferrari rivals. So, Alain Prost is currently behind Alboreto, which means that we already have a race on our hands, and Prost has got a more difficult afternoon than he would initially have expected. He was balked by Mansell's rather tardy getaway at the start.
Senna, Rosberg, Piquet, Mansell, De Angelis and Mark Surer. There is Alain Prost. As James said, he's very badly boxed in. In fact, he had been passed by Martin Brundle, who started 16th on the grid. And we really have got a race now, because Michele Alboreto will know that he is ahead of Prost. And Prost has got to finish 2 points ahead of Alboreto in order to win the championship. But this is the Grand Prix of Europe, and it is Senna leading, with Rosberg in second place, with Nelson Piquet striking sparks third. Mansell is fourth, De Angelis is fifth, Surer is sixth, Warwick is seventh, Johansson is eighth, Alboreto is ninth. The two Ligiers are 10th and 11th. And in 13th place, behind Martin Brundle, it is Alain Prost.
And now, action replay of Nigel Mansell running wide at Druids. He's had rather a messy first lap. He made a complete bog of his start, recovered from that, and now we're back live, and then he went off at Druids. However, all is well with Mansell, and here is Rosberg challenging for the lead. End of the back straight into Hawthorns. And Piquet, after a relatively slow first lap, has obviously got those Pirelli tyres well warmed up. He's going very well indeed in third place. He's closed up that gap. Mansell is closing the gap and catching the leading pair. De Angelis goes through, and there's Mark Surer behind him. And then the two Ferraris. With Prost, you see some 5 cars behind the Ferraris,
which are 7th and 8th. Senna leads, Rosberg second. This is the end of lap 2 in this 75-lap race. Rosberg is right up with, and now Piquet is catching both of them. Nigel Mansell is making up ground in 4th place. De Angelis is still 5th. Surer is still 6th. Druids, Senna, Rosberg, Piquet, Mansell, De Angelis, Surer.
Piquet is showing tremendous form. Now, Piquet was quickest in the warm-up this morning, which is usually significant, but there's Derek Warwick in the pits already, so that looks pretty sad. It looks like some mechanical problem. Yes, they're undressing the back of the car, so what a shame. And here is Rosberg having another look, but going back to the subject of Piquet, we weren't quite sure how genuine the time was, because he did change cars during the warm-up. We weren't sure that it was his race car or a spare that he'd done it in. However, he looks to be showing the form. Senna is not going as quickly as we expected at the front, which has allowed both Mansell, you see there, to catch up, and Piquet, of course, in front of Mansell.
Let's watch Alain Prost in this replay at the start. There he is. He's going onto the grass to avoid the car that was slow getting away in front of him. And as he gets back onto the track, you can see the other car streaming past him. And Alain Prost has got a major problem on his hands, getting up with and then past those slower men, which include one of the arrows. And there is Alboreto in the process of passing him on the inside at Paddock Bend, with Martin Brundle coming up fast. And incidentally, in the second Tyrrell today, it's Ivan Capelli, the Italian. Senna leads. It's still Rosberg second, but you can see for yourselves that Piquet is now carrying the Finnish driver in the Williams Honda, and Nigel Mansell is holding a watching brief in 4th position on this, the 4th lap, Dingle Dell. JPS Lotus, Williams Honda, Brabham BMW, Williams Honda, first, second, third, fourth. Quite a gap now between the fourth man, Nigel Mansell, both the Williams Hondas in the first four places. Down into Clark Curve and to clear ways to come through and complete lap 4. Warwick's problem was ignition. Derek Warwick in the Renault, ignition problems. De Angelis is still 5th. Shearer is still 6th as we watch the first 4 coming up into Druids. And Ayrton Senna, as ever, having a very, very cool race. And Alain Prost at the present moment is in 9th position. There he is, Alain Prost in 9th position with Philippe Streff in the Ligier right behind him. Now there's the Frenchman. He's not in the World Championship points, and he's got to score. And that is Pierluigi Martini running true to form out of the race in the very early stages, having gone off.
Yes, well, that will be very popular with the other drivers because the mobile chicane, which he normally is, has been therefore removed from the race, and I don't think anybody will be sorry to see his disappearance. So Prost has in fact fought his way back through the group that he was stuck in way down in some 14th or 15th place, and he's now got a clear run at Michele Alboreto, who's currently running in 8th. Tambe's car, see the green light, we see he's got a clear run up the inside, and this is a tremendous shot, breaking into Paddock Bend. See the car in front of him getting on the grass, throwing up the dust. There we are, accelerating up the hill to Druids, hard on the brakes, going down to the box, see the flames. And that's Riccardo Patrese, in fact, in front, in the Alfa in front. Now back live, here is the leading group, and we've got a real battle on our hands. 4 cars, there's no doubt that Senna is not quite as quick as his pursuers, but of course he's quick enough that they can't get round him.
And we're on lap 6. Senna's got the racing line, and even on a comparatively wide track like Brands, if you stick to it, and you've got a car as quick as his, that handles as well as it does, this Gérard Ducarou's JPS Lotus, and you've got a head as cool as Ayrton Senna, you're going to keep in front. Nigel Mansell there in 4th position, and Alain Prost still in that 9th place as they go across the line to complete the 6th lap. Now, Ayrton Senna is on 3C compound tyres and 1B. Now that is very interesting because the C compound Goodyear tyre, as the lead changes momentarily, and off spins Rosberg, and into him goes Nelson Piquet. On this, the 7th lap, Rosberg trying to take Senna, goes off. Piquet has stalled. Will he be able to restart his car? And we've now got a new 3rd place man because Mansell is up there.
Yes, what a shame that was. Poor Nelson Piquet couldn't avoid Rosberg, and his front wing has been knocked off the car, so even if he could restart, he wouldn't be in very competitive shape, and that is a great shame. And so we see Rosberg coming right down the inside, very tight. Senna, and he tries to avoid Senna. Senna shuts the door on him, and I think Senna was quite justified. Oh, and Piquet's done a front wheel anyway, so we can see that. We couldn't see that from the other shot. So, but Rosberg seems to be rejoining, and without any damage. And so there is Senna, and that will be Mansell in pursuit now.
And Senna is 1 3/4 seconds now ahead.
I saw Rosberg going slowly then. I think he's got a punctured tyre. His left rear apparently is damaged.
Now, here is the sensation that Stefan Johansson is up win to second place. Stefan Johansson in the Ferrari is the next car you will see as into the pits comes Keke Rosberg. This is a sensationally exciting Grand Prix of Europe as Keke Rosberg on lap 8, having made contact with Nelson Piquet, who is out of the race, stops at the pits for a new left rear. Are they going to change the right as well? They're taking a long time, an unconscionably long time to get that left rear on and the wheel nut done up, and it looks to me as though there's a problem at the front of the car, but away he goes after a very long pit stop by today's standards, because in practicing they were doing it in just over 8 seconds this morning, and Rosberg is right down the field. Now, on lap 8, it is still Senna in the lead, and behind him is Stefan Johansson.
And in fact, Rosberg has lost pretty much exactly a lap. That's him on a cold tyre in front of the leaders, Senna and Nigel Mansell in second place.
Well, look at this. A terrific scrap for the lead, and there's a change because the Williams has gone past Ayrton Senna, who has therefore lost the lead, and he has